Right, we've completed the first turn of the war in the Far East. Now the Soviets went for a double envelopment, two pincers going here and here in an attempt to cut off any Chinese units in northern Manchuria, which they've sort of done, but there wasn't much to bag in the first place. They blasted their way through the border forts, which is quite easy because they're not very strong and they've got low proficiency. And these Soviet units, when they're all actually in divisional strength, can easily go through them. But they were only there as speed bumps anyway. There's partisans operating throughout China now, and you can only, there's also packed, draw supply lines through clear and desert hexes. That's clear and that's a desert one there. Unless you have a packed unit or a zone of control there. So in this case, you're all right putting supply into there. You're all right there because you're in a zone of control. You're right there because you're in an occupied hex, etc. So you've got this line of communications running back, sort of tail to the border. The second envelopment that went hurtling in was this pincer here on the left and this pincer here, in the attempt to bag another load of Chinese forces. Now there are quite a few Chinese forces in this sort of potential pocket, but the Chinese have managed to bring in a load of units and pull back a lot of units, and are creating a front line, a stable front line, so that the Chinese will probably find themselves with more units temporarily, but it's not going to stay like that. Caution Tashkent, the Russians are very, very weak at this particular stage, and the Chinese are almost certainly in a position to attack them. Not really been much movement over here in far Tashkent, Afghanistan, because neither side has got very many troops there. The weather's been bad on both Manchuria and Tashkent, which has effectively grounded the entire Chinese Air Force for the first term because they haven't got any all-weather capability. The Soviet Air Force hasn't really been able to do much either because they don't have a huge amount of all-weather capability aircraft either. They've done a little bit in terms of striking Chinese Air Force on the ground and trying to attack the airfields, but not been fantastically successful. So there's been a lot of movement. Very fluid front in Manchuria. So that's it, at the end of it for the first turn.